share just a couple of little tips and some updates. I told you a little while ago that I like Esterbrook's, and for some reason, I don't know why, I just do, and I've been collecting them. So every so often I run across a few problems with them, and this one here, my Esterbrook J in black, I had to go flush this sucker out. It still had ink in it, but I gotta try a different nib in it apparently, because this one tends to dry up, and I think maybe I need a new cap liner in here. This pen seems to dry up with the nib more so than any of my others. All my others seem to do fairly well. I've got one other one that seems to be doing the same thing, but every so often these Esterbrook's, 40s and 50s Esterbrook's, love them, and I get them, I fix them up, I polish them, and sometimes they do me good. Sometimes they don't. I've broken 2 of them so far. Doggone frustrating. See that green? That's a real pretty green, I thought. So I got like an Esterbrook LJ in green. So I'm taking it apart, and the section, trying to get the section out of the barrel, and it just went really, really hard, and I broke the barrel right around the threads. In addition to that, what fell out of it was a crusted old sack. I expected that, and then the bar, the J bar, just fell out in pieces. Okay, fine. So I got some extra parts to it. Well, I broke my second one. None too happy. I shared a little bit, and I put it on the screen for you here. I found a nice little Esterbrook, another LJ, and this one was silver. It has kind of like a dark gray or dark green, and I think it's a dark gray, a dark smoke barrel, and a nice silver cap. And the other day I got 2 Esterbrook's, and both of them, the sections came out really easily out of the barrel. Didn't have any problems with it. So I took the section and the nib, threw them into my ultrasonic cleaner, and well, actually the in this one here, because I know it was a gray one, another LJ with had a broken clip, so I got it fairly cheap. But this one actually had a good sack in it, so I didn't have to do that. But I took the nib out and threw the nibs into the ultrasonic cleaner, and I'm sitting there polishing this one. It could have used a good polishing. The silver had a few scuffs on it, and so I polished that up, and I'm polishing this sucker up. So I've got my my little rubbing compound, and I'm going over it, and I'm not really hard either. And then this happens. Look at that. Doggone it. When you're dealing with plastic or whatever material it happens to be from the 1940s and 1950s, I guess that can happen. It was, I'm looking at it here, it's really thin. It had gotten really thin in that area, and so here I was just rubbing, like I said, not really hard pressure, and the barrel broke. Doggone it. So I tried to put this cap on one of my other pens. No, it's not going to work either. Doggone it. So, but anyway, so I got another little Esterbrook here, and this one actually works fairly well. I just hate that the clip right here is broken off. So now I've got 2 with broken clips. The good news is I paid less than $10 for one and about $10 for the other, and they both actually write really, really well. Matter of fact, I'll show you that old Esterbrook LJ right here. Right there, that old Esterbrook LJ, and I used a Rohrer und Klinger Alt Bordeaux ink. And I'm looking at it, it doesn't really look like a burgundy so much. It actually looks like a pale purple. And I was thinking, Bordeaux, well, that's the color of the shutters we had put on our house about a year ago. And I went and go looking for some paint samples, and this is from Lowe's, and this is the closest paint sample I could find that goes with the Bordeaux shutters that are on my house. And this is more of a burgundy. I think they actually call this ancient burgundy. So anyway, I just thought that was interesting. That Alt Bordeaux was just a little paler than I kind of liked. Oh, let's see what else is going on. Not much else to tell, really. I was just going to share about the Esterbrook's, but I do have some more stuff coming. I got some more ink samples. I got a small Rhodia pad coming. I've got another ink that I'm going to sample from Birmingham Pens, another bottle of ink. Got 3 Watermans on the way. 3. Apparently I got a problem with Watermans. And in 2 minutes and 52 seconds from right now, I'll find out whether I've got a fourth Waterman on the way. Alami Studio, Alami School Pen, and I got a new era Esterbrook on the way, so I can play with that, and some new polish coming for pens. So I'll let you know how some of those other things play out for me with the new Lamy Studio and my new Watermans when they show up.